My name is Suzanne Sterling. I'm one of the co-founders of Off the Mat Into the World, and I'm also the founder of Voice of Change. Today I'm going to talk about what it means to find our voice, both personally and collectively. And I'm passionate about this because the more I do this work in the world, the more I realize that there are so many human beings who are just literally dying to express themselves and feel like they can't for whatever reason. And particularly in westernized cultures, we've sort of civilized ourselves away from the natural self-expression that is our birthright. I think human beings naturally know how to sing and dance and create and express themselves, literally. And that's part of our joy, and it also is medicine for us. And so I often talk about my work being reminding us that we're hardwired for self-expression in community. So not just in the privacy of our showers or our cars, but actually coming together as collectives and finding ways to express. Now, this is proven to heal trauma. So part of what's going on in modern culture is we are exhibiting all kinds of symptoms of trauma, and we don't have times or places where we can come together and literally release and rinse the intensity, the trauma, the violence out of ourselves. Nor do we have places where we can really be in ecstasy and joy, right? Otherwise, it's like those people are crazy. So I want to normalize the idea of finding our voice, and I know that that is a profound piece for a lot of people. There's this, I meet so many people who are like, I really want to express myself. I really have these truths I want to speak, but I'm terrified. Or I really want to sing, but I'm terrified. And so it's no joke to begin to heal the wounds of the throat. And many people in the wellness world have done a lot of work on themselves, but then when it comes to that final frontier, if you will, of speaking their truth or even expressing their creativity, it all shuts down. I understand that the healing of the throat is a profound multi-layered process. It has to do with understanding what is my truth? What is the truth of my authentic self that lies underneath the conditioning of my family, perhaps my religion, perhaps everything I was taught in school? And how can I begin to understand what are the truths that are bubbling up within me that I continually push down? What is the voice of my inner critic? When does it come in and say, no, that's not safe? And how can I gently work with the inner critic to be able to tell more and more of my truth to myself first and then to others? And on a purely brain science level, what happens when we go into these states of literally resonating in community, especially when we're resonating with our voices, the very small part of our brain that tells us we're separate from each other goes to sleep. So when we come together as collectives in community, when we sing together, when we dance together, when we move together, when we breathe together, it creates something greater than the sum of its parts, and it heals us from the inside out. It's profound, and yet we're terrified of it. The second piece is understanding how well am I listening? On a personal level, do I actually listen well? And on a communal level, especially when we talk about activism or going out in the world to do service work, are we able to really listen to what is needed in the situation? And that's a profoundly humbling thing, but very necessary in this world. What is my inner teacher, my intuition telling me, and can I follow that? And another one is, can I find places in the world where I can speak up or advocate for particular things? So what about the world breaks my heart? What about the world calls me up and excites me and inspires me? Can I begin to become perhaps even a leader in that as I step forward and find my voice and speak on behalf of those who have no voice or allow others to have opportunities to speak? And the last one is just play. Like, let yourself be silly, let yourself make the squonky, weird sounds, get up in the morning and sing your song in the morning and just be crazy. Don't worry about being crazy, be crazy. And that is my advice to you in terms of just letting yourself live a life of full self-expression, full creativity, and wellness. All the things that I know how to do, which used to be very, very separate from each other, are now kind of this one stream, which is great. It's really nice. Very happy about it. Because it used to be very separate. You know, it was like spirituality over here, yoga over here, music business over here, activism over here, and now they're all just kind of this beautiful thing.